Hey guys, Adam Shaw here. August the 5th, Nate Diaz will be taking on Jake Paul in what will be Nate's first ever boxing match. Going into this fight, Nate's got a pro MMA record of 22-13. Jake's 6-1, with his most recent fight being a loss to Tommy Fury. Obviously trying to get back into the winners column now, he's chosen Nate Diaz. Now, Nate, even though it's his first pro boxing match, he's not a stranger to boxing. He's frequented boxing gyms and he's been able to use his hands effectively throughout his boxing career. Famously against Conor McGregor, particularly in their first fight.
And with the right hook, and another left, and again with the combination.
And there's been plenty more times where he's shown moments of greatness, including this one against the new welterweight King Leon Edwards.
Leon Edwards lands 3 times there. Look at Nate.
So when you do that for fun as well as jiu-jitsu and boxing.
He hurt him. You gotta be kidding me.
He's got him hurt.
Now, in the build-up to this fight, of course, some sparring footage got leaked. Now, the guy that's leaked the footage is apparently an established pro boxer that sparred with Nate, and he's apparently he's talking quite badly about Nate. I don't know, I don't speak Portuguese, but yeah, I just read through some comments. But I just wanted to look at the footage myself and just see what we thought. Now, bear in mind, we don't know how many rounds Nate's already sparred at this point. We don't know what his training day has been like. So I'm not expecting to see the footage that gets posted by Jake Paul where he's knocking out his training partners and stuff. I'm not expecting to see that at all. So yeah, let's go. I'm going to put this on repeat and then just let it go through a few times. Now, Nate, he's really been able to use his toughness as a weapon and overwhelm his opponents. With the tap 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 method. He'll throw in a few hard shots here and there, but he'll use these flurries to kind of create openings, and then he'll punish you. The way that Nate's walking down his opponent too, I think would be effective against Jake Paul, or an opponent like Jake Paul, because like I've spoke about this in previous videos, it's very difficult to set up your power when you're being walked down, and it's very tiring too. So I'd assume that Nate's tactic for this fight would be to tire out Jake Paul, which has been very effective for Nate in the past. So just have a bit of a closer look now. I mean, Nate's ring control's pretty good, and he's comfortable walking forward like this. I don't think Jake Paul would be able to punish him for walking, crossing his feet. Some fighters will, but I don't think that Jake's got the experience underneath him yet. Nate, doing a good job of going to the body there as well. I mean, he's never going to look like a polished Tommy Hearns or a Floyd Mayweather or somebody like that. It's Nate Diaz, he's a rough style, scrappy but effective. Yeah, I mean, like I said, we don't know how many rounds Nate's sparred here. This could be 20 rounds in. We don't know. But what we do know is that Nate is, he's known for his cardio. That straight left was clumsy and left himself in a bit of a vulnerable state. So even this, if you're this guy, if you're the sparring partner, the way that Nate's walking you down like that and just coming forward with his boxing, when he does get momentum, it's very difficult to try and stop him in his tracks. It's also difficult to really try and throw and land anything of your own. Now, there are some things to note. This will be Nate's first fight that I know of at 185. Nate's boxing style is very volume heavy. I don't know if if his style will be as effective in big boxing gloves as it is in MMA gloves. You know, you get the hit like just like that with MMA gloves on it. It hurts a lot more than I imagine it will wearing 10-ounce gloves. I assume they're wearing 10s. Yeah, and also you got to take into, you got to think of the size. Now, I think Jake and Nate are roughly about the same size. Jake might be a little bit taller, but this guy is, Nate looks to be the bigger person in the ring there. So you've got to think about that as well. Jake is a big guy. Now, something else that just popped into my head is that, Nate mostly fights as a southpaw. Jake's got a very big, strong right hand, which, typically if you're a southpaw fighter, I mean, it switches stance all the time. But if you're southpaw, you are more vulnerable to a strong right hand. But you also do offer back a strong left hand too. So yeah, there's plenty to think about. Looking at this footage, you can't really take too much away from it. But I don't think Nate looks too bad. Yeah, not too bad. Now, just gonna have a bit of a look at Jake Paul.
And has done it from time to time. Just hasn't been.
He has big one-shot knockout power. We saw it against Ben Askren, but then I think more people were surprised to see him do it against Tyron Woodley as well. Now, I think where Jake's going to struggle will be in the later rounds of this fight, which I think is 10 rounds. Especially with an opponent like Nate Diaz, that's going to be trying to walk you down the whole time, and then we'll be talking to him as well. Nate's a big talker. There'll be a few Stockton slaps going on and whatever. And once those bits of doubt start creeping into your head, someone saying that they're still going to knock you out, you've hit them hard and you haven't got them out of there, they're going to be talking bad to you. The voices start creeping into your head, and that's when you start to feel even more tired than you really feel. Now, we saw this against Tommy Fury. Now, Tommy obviously beat Jake, but Tommy's got a very different tool set to what Nate will have. This fight's a lot more interesting than I first thought. Will Jake be able to land the big shots on Nate and get him out of there, or will Nate be able to drag Jake into the late rounds and try and break him there? I think I'm really sat 50-50. I think there's possibilities for both. I think I'll probably lean to Jake on what will probably happen. I think Nate is 38 years old. But yeah, either way, I will say.
Hey, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
But let me know what you think in the comments.